Hello, this is Five. This episode is recorded right after the last one. I'm in a good mood. I'm going to record a bunch today, just make things a little easier. If I can be like a lot of episodes ahead of schedule, that'll help me if I get demotivated again soon. So that's the plan. Today's episode is about... What the hell is it about? Oh, my idols. Jesus. My idols, who I look up to, 17-year-old... it's not just going to be mountaineering related. A lot of this channel it's mainly focused on mountaineering. So, whole point of the channel is commit to goals, commit to bettering my physical ability so I can climb mountains. It's the whole point of the channel. But not all of them are mountaineers or alpinists, but I'll start off with mountaineers and alpinists. The two I look up to the most are Jerzy Kukuczka and Marc-Andre Leclerc. I watched The Alpinist and I was like, holy shit, like, if you haven't seen that documentary, watch it. It's amazing. So I look up to him, Marc-Andre, a lot. And as for more of high altitude mountaineering type of deal, is definitely Jerzy. I think alpine stuff is so cool. I think the older style mountaineering's a lot cooler. I always thought it'd be cool to do like alpine style ascents, even though it's so dangerous and so much just logistically a nightmare nowadays. Not as much as it was back then, obviously, but like with all the resources and shit, it's like it's not a great idea. But I also want to do I think it's a great idea that I should do a lot of stupid peaks. So I don't know, like mountains I'd want to climb are like fucking K1 and Bantha Rock. Like, no, you're not sane if you want to climb those, so I'm not too worried about it. I look up to them a lot. I can go into a little bit more detail about it in a minute, but I also look up to... I guess this is kind of common answer, but I think it's important. I'll elaborate on why. Is my dad a lot. I respect mostly his work ethic and how he kind of turned his life around from his early 20s to then getting married and having me and my brother and just all that. And he has a work ethic I could never have. Like, no matter what, I will never be that. I don't know how people do it. I'm trying to change this, but I'm a pretty lazy person. I'm not gonna lie about it. I really struggle like getting up in the morning, like actually getting out of bed, shit like that. And everything he's done, the amount of how hard he's worked, the risk he's taken for us, and I appreciate it. I look up to it. It's a quality I'd like to have, is the work ethic mostly, and he's a very good dad. Both my parents are very good. Obviously, I'm a teenager and I go through it sometimes. I go through it a lot, me specifically. So there's a lot of issues, but it's nothing like abusive. It just, it happens. It happens to everyone, no matter how great things are. But back to mountaineering, as most videos will be. Especially now with the financial, burdens of mountaineering, of how just fucking expensive it is. Like, it's always been expensive, but just, it seemed easier to make the money, in the 70s and 80s, and be able to do that than it is nowadays. And that might be an America thing or whatever, or just the world in general, but I don't know, that is the way it is. So I feel like the alpine style climbing is, I think it's more... Well, another thing is like Sherpas. Like, people rely too heavily on Sherpas, and I don't... you're putting these people, just because they have a shitty living situation, bad economy, don't make much money, blah, blah, and you're putting their lives at 8 times the risk that you're putting yours just so you can go up this mountain. And like the selfishness, and these are all real. And the alpine style is self-sufficient. You do everything, you carry everything, and I think that's more like a more clean way of alpinism or clean way of mountaineering, and it's more admirable because like you did all that. You didn't get carried up. You didn't get your gear carried up. I think that's important. I also think alpine style is cool. Like, that's just, you go up and like you do some crazy mountain, like some crazy 8,000 in like 2 days. Like that's crazy. If you hear my dog in the background, I'm sorry. That's 5. Thank you.